Soul's Heart versus Myth Esports coming up. Now that is a matchup that I am very much excited for here. It's obviously one of those games where anything can happen. I did just see that Myth actually won their game 13-0. This time around, though, heavier competition. We'll see what they can do. It's going to be a challenging one. They know it, but I'm sure they'll manage. But let's give it a try. Gotta make sure that I do my scenes correctly. Knife round to get us started here. It's going to be the winner of the knife round that moves on to choose which side they want to be starting on here. Now, I did see that Myth won their first game. I can only assume that Soul's Heart did the exact same thing. I would have to get that checked on the website, which in fact I will do now. But it's Myth to win that pistol. That knife round, excuse me. They get to decide which side they want to be starting on here. Yes, okay, so they both won. Myth won 13-0 and Soul's Heart won 13-2. So, yeah. Quite a devastating scoreline, I must say. But this is how we're going to get started here. This is probably going to be the most important match in this group. Although both teams will be going through, I think, by judging how the competition's going so far. But you never know. Anything can happen. And we are all here for it. Bart's looking to get the one. It's going to be a nice little double tap here to get things started. I did just realize that my cam had unfortunately... Okay, wait, actually I gotta put this back because that's pretty weird. Okay, let's see if I can quickly fix this. We have a small technical issue. Should be solved as we speak. And indeed it is. Bart and Jasper both picking up kills. JLo in a 1v5. That one's going nowhere. Myth will claim that pistol, although we weren't able to see much of it. It is first of possibly many. Now to give you an idea of how the groups are looking, Strelbora obviously won their matchup. We saw that one live. Dreris and Mickey Mouse Crackhouse won their Group C matches. Group D was won by Tomadek and Brown Bears. And Nice Effects and Butchers took the lead in Group E, which actually has 5 teams in it. Same goes for Group F, in which ProCamp is currently the only team that has a victory to their name, as that second match is not quite finished here. So let's get things started then. It is the anti-eco this time around. Just the full Glocks coming out with one Desert Eagle on JLo, and he's looking to do some damage with that. Looks just seen them all escape. Yeah, knows where they're going. Question is, so can you stop them in time? Everything's coming in, everyone's here, and it's looking to be a little bit of a meat grinder. Cypher picked up the one. And is that going to be all? No, JLo's picked up another one. Trying to tap away. Can't do much else though, so it's going to be Myth Esports picking up 2. As the rifles will now come through. And this is where things get a little bit more intense. The AI seems to be favoring the T side here, interestingly as that is. I can only have a certain guess as to why. That's probably because they got the good start. But it seems a little bit rough to already judge that off the fact that there's only 2 rounds that have been played before. So maybe they know something that I don't, but we'll figure it out along the way. Luke going aggressive here in towards the A main. Soon to find someone. Cipher will pick up the first kill though. There is going to be an instantaneous trade by Luke. So at least we're getting back into that 4v4 here. But usually when you have these 1-for-1 trades, nothing else comes through it. That is when the T side will thrive. They'll have more space to work with to trade things down, to get them planted. Then you're at that advantage in a 1v1, but we're going to see Russian coming in. Bart will pick up the one. Jasper's going to try and going wide. Sees another player coming through. But they'll get out. You can tell that they practiced this before. They pick up the freebie. Crossfire done established. Jasper still shooter. All they're going to take the initiative again. That's smart. That's going to be such a brilliant play. And it works out so well for at least the first. Cherion's the one that goes down. Spreadify and JLo are now looking to come back in. There's 40 seconds here on that bomb. Needs to go down eventually. Killforce waiting. He's gonna jump up now. He's gonna see two of them, and he's gonna get them both lined up here. MIF Esports, they win a third. Tough luck so far for Soul's Heart Esports. We're just gonna have to go for that semi-eco here again. It's gonna be upgraded pistols. They can do a lot of damage in the right hands, but still not pretty by any means. And it's going to be the first initial fight being taken here. 1-for-1 trade. Cherion will take it though. Rex is gonna pick up one more. Now he can try and push up forward. This is brilliant. This is exactly what we need from these pistols. They need to overwhelm. They need to just find that safety in groups. And Cherion almost gets taken down through the smoke, but he survives on 4 HP. As long as he stays alive, this will seem like a very, very difficult retake. Another smoke actually coming out here, so Jasper's kind of stuck behind it now. Killforce eventually gets the one. Flashbang can now come out. He can try and aggress. Cherion hiding in the smoke. One bullet would do it. And indeed, now they go at it. Cherion still finds that frag. That is so devastating. Bart will eventually get the trade. Cherion's picked up another one. Actually, on that defuse now is Bart. Cherion gets him off it though. 4 kills into the round for Cherion. He's got to be able to do well on that M4A1S and the Desert Eagle altogether. So, yeah, he's going to be very satisfied with that round. That was just exactly as they needed. Killforce in the AWP. 5-7 on crew. Molotov's out. It's just all standard play that we're seeing here. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Smoke comes out. Luke will get that entry frag. And Cherion with a quick trade. Cruel's now hugging that smoke. Easily punished though. Advantages will keep coming through here. Killforce is looking to hold us down with the AWP. Picks up the one, that's nice. Quite slow on the reply otherwise though, so he's got to make sure he stay alive, and Siffer's gun underneath him. Jasper left in the 1v3. He is quite far behind. Cherion's now spotted him out. He's going to go for that re-swing, and he will, in fact, be able to convert it. So he's done a good job. He makes it work. He gets it over with, and that means that it is going to be a third round versus a second round now over 4. Soulstar Esport making a little bit of a comeback. Though it's, of course, very early onto the match. It's very hard to say anything like that, not knowing what's going to come. Fly holding down that AWP line here. However, the stack is in place here over towards the B side, with the exception of Luke, who's currently looking to maybe hit a deagle shot somewhere in the near future. He's gonna check the corners well though. There goes that swing, and JLo, he gets taken down. Even deploying that smoke now. Pretty Fly is looking to see if he can maybe get ahead. Cherion will pick up the one in return, but Luke has still got that AK and he's able to get away. There is no trade for that. Bart will eventually pick up Cherion, who did manage to get a second kill in there just before getting traded. So, advantage found now by Soul's Heart. So, now trying to play the numbers game over towards his B side, knowing that AK was once far gone. And in fact, they will get in. Rex is going to be getting a free bomb plant here. Miff need to even just see if this is worth it in the first place. They have an AK. That would be a very handy asset coming into the next round. However, they also will have Bart on that pistol for now. So maybe you could look for an exit, as the AK, the most valuable weapon, needs to be taken in towards the next round. And although Prettyfly is currently holding down an angle towards the T-spawn, I don't think it's going to be going much further ahead here. Obviously he's on that AWP. Might not be worth it. Bart gets discovered eventually. Unfortunate timing. third round on the board here for Soul's Heart, as Luke will be able to get himself a little bit closer. AK-47 in hand, that's going to be a very, very nice weapon, isn't it? So we'll see what I can do here in round number 7. No, the mic's still holding on, okay. I was just making sure. 4 rifles over towards this banana side here. Trying to fly with that AWP in hand this time around. And look at this. This is a pace change up here for Soul's Heart. They're just contacting out. Prettyfly can get on that angle. Skills picked up. Jasper's gonna deliver. Bomb not yet planted. Now Cipher will eventually pick up the one. Cruel. Yeah, that spray is just not gonna land. But bomb planter left on low HP. What you have to complain about. Prettyfly still on that long angle, but just nothing comes around it. Jasper's now's got to be careful around that smoke, and Cipher will eventually get the kill before going back. The fact that he stays alive is massive, and oh, he gets another headshot. That is beautiful. That is sensational stuff out there. Another kill picked up here. Prettyfly gets it down to the 1v1 now. It's cruel, but time is ticking away, and Cipher's just playing the long game. He knows he can wait. Now committing to the stick. There it is. They get him off it. This the pistols coming out. Luke is out there with the M4A1S. But other than that, it's limited weaponry. Soul's Heart seem to slowly but surely putting their grip on this matchup. We've had a couple good rounds in a row now. Prettyfly considering whether that angle is actually worth it here. Crossfire in place over towards the cave position. So for nothing that comes of it though. As the big snake will make its way forward here over towards that A side with one defender. That one defender is now showing himself for the first time. Luke gets the one, and he does get a dink off, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill. That means that they're in. That means that now they can get things started. The question is, of course, how are they going to be doing that? Because this is still incredibly tough, don't get me wrong. Swing out from Cherion, very successful. Cipher and Rex will pick up more kills, and that is, well, a nice little deagle headshot by Bart, but that's going to be all that he can get. And that is a 5th one out there for Soul's Heart. Now, I do believe that the winner of this matchup is going to be the winner of the group. That is what was expected. Go here. Molotov in place, bomb going down, this time without any casualties, so I'm gonna take that initiative forward, and it works out so well for the double kill. Chariot eventually gets himself one more. And that should just be run over. Sure, Killforce can get that exit, but that's all they'll be able to get. That is incredibly tough luck out there. Killforce wants to give it another go, but not going to be able to do so. All in place, yeah, and sure, you can get the one, but look at this. In towards the B side is Cherion, who picks up another frag. It's going to be 3-6. 6th round on the board. Myth now need to try and make that recovery. Don't know how they're going to be doing this, but we'll figure it out along the way. Yes, it's going to be upgraded pistols here for Myth, so Soul's Heart looking good for potentially even a 7th in this half already. And even though Myth were off to such a good start, I mean, keep in mind, they were free 2-0 at some point. Now seeing how tough he can be. Silver picks up the 1. Chirian will, however, go down. JLo with a quick trade. They'll get around there. Keep in mind, he is a FOM winner. Won the last edition with his team. This time around, the lineup's changed a little bit. Bart will eventually get another trade. And we're going to see that rifle make its way over towards this B side. Now, it's going to be a while. Rex is going to be getting himself that kill quite easily. Kill force now left in the 1v3. And Rex is late to this, but he is at a perfect timing to get Soul's Heart into round number 7 here. Now that is quite the hefty scoreline, I must say, especially if you consider that this could still get up to 3-9 even. And I was expecting this to be a more competitive match so far, although maybe that will change around as soon as we get a half swap. Toxic change, but no, Charian's gonna get out there. He wants to get himself involved here. Charian's one that gets tagged down heavily the most. 15 HP is whatever little's left, but he still hits the headshot onto Luke. I don't know whether he was sleeping or just wasn't expecting the angle, but anyways, it's still an entry for a man that was left on the least HP. It is quite the scoreline already. Predatorfly is going to pick that one up. Charian will get another trade. He's picked up a second of the round so far, and the A side is wide and wide open. Actually, the T's even starting to push in towards the CT side now. That is quite overly aggressive, and it doesn't quite work out. Predatorfly is still on a hunt, though. Jasper making progress, getting himself another kill, and now this flank needs to arrive quickly. Flashbang comes in, Nate will be dodged for the most part. Predatorfly can now try and jump this though. Now they're on it. Oh, he's trying to get it through the smoke. He can't get the shot, he can't get the angle, and there is the body block. The knife comes in, but it doesn't really matter. The fact that he body blocked that is absolutely genius. And it does work out. Sure, the knife kill goes the other way, but the round is yours. In the late stage of the half, the economy doesn't really matter as much anyways. Both teams have money, so you can take it. Sure, it's a little bit humiliating, but you've won the round. That is so well played. And keep in mind, that was like a 5v2 or a 5v3 at some point. Really spiraled out of control there, and the fact that Myth even was going for that already surprises me. And I think Soul's Heart kind of underestimated that too. Finding ourselves in a technical pause right now. We have Soul's Heart with a big lead, but we also have Charion on the disconnect here. Some chatting back and forth as it stands right now. And at the moment, we're waiting for Charion to come around. Join back the server. So all of the other players are all ready to go here. Now, this has been a Frag-o-Matic once again, where all of these players are getting themselves quite locked in by the looks of it. But yeah, these technical issues, they have been rough. I mean, keep in mind it is almost 2 in the night here in Belgium. And by the looks of it, teams still have 2 more rounds to go after this one. So I think they need to switch up the schedule a little bit here, because otherwise it's not going to be very healthy. You know, he's still not back in the server, actually. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I'm at the LAN-Party. I can stand up. Yeah, okay. I actually can't see that far, so it's not going to help. It was worth a try, I suppose. If they were sitting right ahead of me, I would have been able to, but fortunately not really this time around. Kill Force on that AWP, looking for that impact. Butterfly would probably upgrade to an AK. Might as well. It's the last round and a half coming up. Match obviously being heavily favored here by Soul's Heart. Jurian still nowhere to be found here, guys. Yeah, it's still not quite so far. Yeah, and I hope that Charon can get his issues fixed now. This could be anything, ranging from the internet connection to a blue screen or a headset malfunction. The fact that he hasn't rejoined that quickly scares me, really. Cherry now back in the server, so we should be good to go. That means that we should soon be getting underway again. And in Indeed, we are unpaused, getting ready for the final round here of the half. This time 2 players is set up in the cave. Jasper gets the first kill. First will deliver. Cherion's now doing the exact same thing. And oh, look at that. That is just sensational stuff. River's going to be able to pick up the one. Actually got a kill onto Killforce, who wasn't even involved in that battle. Oh, that stuff. Still though, a 1v3 would be required. And this one's going nowhere. Luke will pick it up. That means that at least a 5th round is now confirmed here by MIF Esports. It means that we're going to end the half here at a 5-7 scoreline. So now swap over the teams to find out if they can indeed get it over with. Now, Bart definitely leading the charge on that CT side here. And Rex now moving on with his mates on towards the CT side. It is the pistols coming out here for both sides. Of course, Cruel is on that. Good luck with the utility with it. I've actually dropped over a P250 to Luke, so he could take a long-range duel if he wants to. Did you see Azra team play? No, I didn't. I was watching... first game I was watching Astrel Bora. This game I'm watching Soulsheart versus Myth. Predafly will pick up the one. Rex will eventually get another one. Cipher getting the one onto Bart. And eventually they just trade it down. Soulsheart, they complete. They are able to get a nice little scoreline in here. 8-5 is what that is standing on right now. So not all is bad right now. As we go into it again, we'll see what can happen. Aggression. He's coming in. And this is just the upgraded pistols though, and they can do quite a bit of damage in the right hands, of course. Everyone here. First kill discovered in towards the B side. Now this is a little bit of a jump up here. That was awkward for JLO. Gets the pistol out, not able to perform it. It means that Jasper and Luke will both pick up kills. Might be able to secure a bomb plot, but Predafly is around. Picks up 2, lost player. Discovered behind the box. Killforce gets the 1 and is now in the 1v2. He has a chance, but Soulsheart will shut that one quite easily. And that means that eventually it's going to be 9-5 here. They recover it. Wasn't easy though by any means by the looks of it. And we look to now pushing again. 9-5 is what the current scoreline is on. Moment, no kills coming through as of yet here. Hitting on these taps here, 2 players towards that A side. Well, the actual attack will be taking place towards B here. Let's see whatever's left. There's a nice little spray down. It's going to be Luke for the 1. Predafly with a quick response, however. Jasper will be able to get himself a little bit of a follow-up here. Killforce then extends that lead. Bart's being challenged right now. Siffer and Predafly will both pick up the kills. It means that they're able to regroup and get this back into the 2v2, which they could definitely still win. Although, of course, time is not in their favor. Predafly's got to get to tapping that bomb, and Killforce will spray through. Siffer with a nice little spray. Time still ticking away here. Killforce trying to play this to perfection. Tapping that bomb. Fading out a reaction, and there it is through the smoke. It's Killforce that picks up yet another frag, and that is incredibly well done. So they win, they compete, they win yet again. That means it's now 9-6. MIF Esports, they are able to convert nicely here. Look at what that does. We're seeing that one MP9 in play now. As we do see Jasper getting himself that entry. Predafly will get the one before he gets taken out through the smoke. And we're seeing that quite a few of these rounds have become just incredibly scrappy right now. Looking to plant that bomb. Cherion's going to be able to actually deny that. The planting's a little bit awkward here. The shotgun trying to do the work. So is the 5.7. Unfortunately, doesn't do the trick. And Jasper, that is a beautiful Kobe. Rex will trade, however. First player out on towards the side now. Frank comes out. And oh, that's Rex picking up another frag. Bart now in the 1v2. Tapping that bomb, of course. There's the first. There is a trade, however, by Siffer, and that's very well timed. The question is, though, is there time on this bomb? There should be. There should be plenty of it, and that means that Soulsard are able to push through despite having lesser weaponry. They're able to get this up to 10. And 10-6 is now the scoreline. Killforce here on the Desert Eagle. We're going to see all these pistols come out here for MIF Esports. The Soulsard are in a great spot right now. We do have another technical pause on our hands though, and I don't know exactly as to why that is, but waiting for the match to be resumed. Unsure as to why we are currently paused, but seems to be taking a while. Now, once again, you know, the fact that they closed that one out with such little weaponry to use, it's kind of a scary thought, really. So what can they then do in the next position? Guess we'll figure it out, although the chats are still coming through here. So we're not seeing the work done just yet. And it seems like all those players are still in the server at least, so it's gonna be a minor issue this time around, because otherwise we would have seen the disconnect by now. But as to why exactly we are paused, I'm not so sure. Now, it does give me some time to see what the other teams are up to. I did just see that one of the teams actually got disqualified. Okay, so the Master Souls and Peakers had them both turned around. That means that Soul's Heart and Myth will be going through, I think. With Born to Throw then missing out, unfortunately, in Group A. So Bora, currently the only team that has a win in Group B. Jerry's and Mickey Mouse Crackhouse also leading. Tomajek and Brown Bears winning. Nice Effects and Butches in Group E. In Group F, we have ProCamp currently taking the lead with no other teams putting in any of the results here. We're going to get a fast B-side rush this time around. Luke shut down. Not shut down, but slowed down rather. The spray is good. And look at that. Predafly can't save his teammate there. Still fighting for his life. We're trying to tap away. Rex will eventually help out. There goes the last one. Clean by Predafly. And that will be an 11th round picked up then. Soul's Heart, they move up to 11. And it's up to Myth now to see where they can bring this. The pressure is most definitely on now. 11-6 is what the current scoreline stands on. It's coming out into the middle, trying to see if they can maybe get Charion to go away, but unfortunately he can't. He does take up a little bit of chip damage though. He's down to 81 HP. Not big of a deal maker usually. You'll see how it goes this time around. Cipher taking that initiative here. It's actually Rex that picks up the kill to crew, and they just move off as if nothing happened in the first place. Luke will be able to find a trade onto Charion though. So he does go down. And that will bring back the scoreline to a 4-on-4 here. Predafly trying to give himself some room by allowing himself to dance around the smokes if he wants to. Rex committed to a fight with Bart. Oh yeah, that is true actually. Garcia, Bortofro can still beat Myth. That is true. I forgot that they haven't played each other yet. Yeah, so Soul's Heart is safe. The Myth from Bortofro, I guess, would be decided by... is it round difference or is it... I'm actually not sure if it's round difference. I think it would be, right? Makes most sense. So yeah, they can still do it. Winning versus Myth, who are currently losing to Soul's Heart. So that's actually in the favor of Born to Throw now. Soul's Heart push up to serious point. But you are absolutely correct, Karsten. I need to pay more attention before I blur things out. It's going to be match point here, though. That is one thing that I do know for certain. Soul's Heart looking to convert this at a 12-6 scoreline. Turning it into 13-6 is the dream. Myth force up one more time in the last attempt to try and save this. Utility's looking good. JLo's gonna deploy that Molotov early, but Bart's going through. He doesn't care. Works it well for the first hit. Does delay a little bit here, but it's gonna be kill force. Pushes through and actually gets denied immediately. That's an advantage. They are pushing through. Oh, that's risky. Predafly can't make that happen. No, Jasper picks up another kill. Charion gets himself the one. Actually, he's able to get himself almost a full up. Luke will, however, be sure to prevent that, leaving it up to Rex here to try and clutch this out in a 1v2. Ashman going out over the top. He's still stuck there. Still committed to this fight. There's a swing out into the open, and Rex gets them both, and it means they do it.